Hey guys, what's going on? Steven back again, and I'm back with another 40k video from Major Kill. And the topic for today's video is the 5 best female characters in Warhammer 40k. I'm trying to think of some female characters off the top of my head. Saint Celestine, obviously. Yvraine. What's her name from Dark Eldar? Lilith Hesperax, I think her name is. And the only other one I can think of, I have a model of her, but I did forget what her name is. So let me know down below in the comment section what is her name. But this is the model. I gotta say, it's actually a really cool looking model, not gonna lie. I do like the pose, the foot on the debris, you know, the arm all the way out with the bolt pistol fully extended, you know, the saber, and of course, you know, the back of the coat just kind of blowing in the wind and stuff like that. Pretty badass model, if I do say so myself. I just forgot what her name is, so let me know what is her name, and you know, what's her lore, just in case if she is not on this list, because I would like to know more about what her lore is and stuff like that. Now, if I had to guess one character to at least be on this list, obviously Saint Celestine. That is my guess. As for the rest of them, not sure. Only one way to find out, and that is to check out the video. So here we go.
G'day guys and girls. It's no secret that
loud.
Warhammer 40k is a male-dominated hobby. Just look at my analytics. While I do understand why this is the case, I actually think a lot more women would really enjoy at least the lore side of things if they were properly exposed to it. That
Makes
is because
sense.
although 40k is full of roided up super soldiers ripping up the throats of space bugs of death, there are still hundreds of beautifully written, believable female characters. What makes them even more impressive than the Space Marines or other alien warriors around them is that they are able to stick up for themselves and hold their own despite their innate physical disadvantages. In many cases, it's their very femininity that they leverage to achieve their goals, and I think that's pretty awesome.
Okay.
Before we get started, sure, the
Sounds
genetics
pretty
you
good.
have, the cards you were dealt in life, plays a big role in how you look. But even the worst.
But yeah, I think Saint Celestine is going to be the only one on this list. I bet there's like a whole bunch of them that I'm just not thinking of, or might not even know some of them on the list. They could be all new characters to me. Who knows?
All of these issues can be reduced, if not completely cured, by a skincare routine. The issue for us blokes is that we don't know what to use or when to use it. That's where geology
I really like that Dark Angel's helmet he's got behind him. That's a really cool looking helmet.
Then it's delivered to your door with easy to follow instructions. I never get blackheads, very rarely get any pimples on my face,
and
I
that
no
bolt
longer
pistol's
have
actually
oily
pretty
skin,
cool too.
All because I've been using geology for the past few years. You want to know
It's
why
got some
some
really
people
cool
turn
looking
30
props.
or 40 and stay golden, while others go down the trash chute and end up looking terrible? A big factor is
The
if they
Avatar
are using
Kane helmet's pretty
skincare.
badass
The best
too.
news is, as this is geology's 5th anniversary, they are offering a massive 70% off your first skincare package, as well as 30% off any other product of your
I wonder what that
choice.
weapon
That
is
could
all
be
the
a
way to
body
the
wash,
right of
deodorant,
his
or shampoo when you use my link and code
of his thing.
below. Cheers to Geology for sponsoring this video. Today we'll go over 5 of the best female characters in 40k lore. I won't be judging by power or how many heads they could crush between their thighs, more so the character itself and the quality of their lore. Hopefully by the end of this you'll realize that no, we don't need female Space Marines when we have such fantastic women in the setting already. Now let's get into it.
Okay, so here we go, number 1.
The Inquisition series holds a special place in the hearts of many 40k fans. It was my first 40k book series and really explored every avenue of Warhammer 40k that it physically could. An absolute standout in that series is a blank woman called Elizabeth Beckwin. Found during one of Eisenhorn's missions, she followed the legendary Inquisitor into the depths of metaphorical hell. She did this despite not being an Inquisitor, not having crazy skills or years of training. She still followed him wherever and wherever he went, risking her life every day for mankind. mind.
So
We
what
also
was
got
she?
a really deep and intricate relationship between Eisenhorn and Beckwin. He was a psyker, she was a blank. He felt physically and spiritually sick standing next to her, and even the smallest touch disgusted him. But despite that, he loved her with all of his heart. They loved who the other person was, even if they could never act on it. Beckwin has saved Eisenhorn's life on more than one occasion, with the biggest balls a woman could possibly have. Her joining the Inquisitor's life wasn't this nice, warm, gradual entry. It was thrust into the heart of one of the most dangerous inquisitorial missions of Eisenhorn's life. Even when offered a way out time and time again, she refused. She was loyal, steadfast, and unwavering. Not only a fantastic female character, but just a fantastic character full stop. However, it would be her devotion and bravery that would be her downfall. When Eisenhorn and friends found themselves at the wrong end of a Titan cannon, Beckwin performed a complicated ritual to try use her blank power on the Titan to save her friends. She did this knowing the odds were slim, and tragically, the attempt failed, with the blowback effectively killing her. Like, sure, she was still alive, but ended up in a permanent coma, with the ship she was on then being lost in the warp. Doesn't really get much more gone than that. Her loss shattered Eisenhorn. Without
that is a pretty badass picture, though.
He embraced the radical, heretical life of a man with nothing to lose, consorting with demons, dark sorcery, and all kinds of other shit to fulfill his missions. Amazingly, he still remains totally uncorrupted. Beckwin would live on in her own way, her DNA being used to create blank clones, one of which is working.
She does sound pretty badass. I mean, if they do make that Eisenhorn show,
that's right, the Inquisition
she'd be a very interesting character.
No list of bad bitches would be complete without the woman who cock-stomps Space Marines on the daily, Shadow Sun, the hero of the Tau Empire. Tau generally aren't very good at melee combat. That's no secret. Often getting
I have heard of Shadow Sun.
To the enemy drops below a few kilometers. But
just
Shadow
the name.
Sun fucking thrives in melee, jetpacking right on top of enemy commanders and turbo blasting the shit out of them before they even know what is going on. Even in fair duels with Space Marine heroes, she is a beast. She was the target of Kurosaro Khan, one of the greatest White Scar warriors to ever live. This is the kind of man who makes other Space Marine look like guardsmen. But each encounter he had with Shadow Sun was a difficult blow-for-blow affair. Yes, he had the advantage, and yes, he would win the duels, with her being forced to flee, but the fact that a fucking Tau can give a White Scar Blade Master a run for their money is insane. It isn't just her combat prowess that makes Shadow Sun stand out. She has a very deep and complicated attitude and loyalty to the Tau Empire. She lives for battle, but does not relish it. She spoke with the White Scar just as much as she fought him, with her even saying that she thinks in another life, they could have been friends. He agreed. She also shares a close relationship with Commander Farsight, even with the former hero of the Tau Empire being declared a traitor. She is the Tau Empire's champion, and she knows she is a pawn to the Ethereals. Thus, while she obeys their commands, she doesn't always do it to the letter.
Really good
For example,
character.
she still communicates and somewhat helps Farsight when she can. She's aware that the Tau Empire has its flaws, but understands that compared to Chaos,
sounds very well written
the
too.
Tyranids, or even the Imperium,
Doesn't relish in battle and anything.
Girl even went face to face with a Calidus assassin and survived to see another day. That's a huge slay. The Tau don't get to have the biggest bad bitch in the setting though. That arguably goes to Saint Celestine. The existence of living saints within 40k definitely hurts the Emperor's whole "I'm not a god" shtick. After all, immortal winged angels that dominate the battlefield definitely look like they came from a god. Saint Celestine is chief amongst the living saints. She might not be as complicated or deep as other female characters, but sometimes a badass flying around chopping up heretics like sashimi is all you need from a character. Her origins aren't super clear, but it seems as if she may have been a latent psyker who fell in battle. However, she clung on to a small bit of life, which combined with her faith in the Emperor, manifested as her returning as a living saint, a demigod on the battlefield. However, being an immortal angel has its downsides. Every time Saint Celestine dies in battle, and trust me, she's died a few times, she has to basically walk through hell, climb mountains made of her own corpses, and slowly reclaim each piece of her soul and memory to eventually be able to remake herself and return to real space. During this pilgrimage, she is constantly tempted by chaos and tormented. Overall, a pretty shit time. Yet each and every time she overcomes the darkness and returns to life, poning heretics all over again. Her greatest moment was when she took on Abaddon,
she like the Imperium's
chaos.
demon prince in a way?
The warp being strangled at the time with the fact that she was partially a warp creature, and Abaddon overcame her. But then some gal pal shit went down as Inquisitor Greyfax appeared and the two women fought Abaddon, overcoming the Warmaster of Chaos himself. It ended with Celestine stabbing her sword through Abaddon, whispering, "The Emperor protects," as she did so. Damn, dude. Abaddon retreated, beaten not by Space Marines or Custodes or Gilliman, but by two bad bitches
That's
who
pretty cool.
demons and crushed balls, and they were all out of demons. Unfortunately, Abaddon would then go on to throw a Blackstone
Lannisters
fortress
send
at
their
Acadia,
regards.
blowing it up, but that is neither here nor there. I'm always confused by people people wanting female Space Marines when you literally have Celestine, who stomps Space Marines, as well as the Sisters of
I
Battle,
know,
who
she
are
is
arguably
pretty
more brave than
badass.
Astartes as they face the horrors of 40k without the augmentations or psycho-indoctrination of the Space Marines.
I
Yet
mean,
they are
yeah,
just as
she is pretty
steadfast and
badass. Granted, she's
significantly
like,
more loyal, all the
very
while actually
special.
maintaining their womanhood. Space Marines look manly, but their dicks literally don't work. The peak of a man isn't a virgin with erectile dysfunction. The Elder were always going to have someone on this list. The greatest of the Elder females is easily Janzar. While pretty much all other Phoenix Lords have been fucking around, vanishing for thousands of years at a time, Janzar is always there, always doing hectic shit and always furthering the Elder's cause. Whether it be turning an entire Night Lord's warband into her bitch, fighting in the arenas of Komara, killing Drazar, the greatest Dark Elder warrior to ever live, helping out the Ynnari, helping to save Craftworld Baal Tan from a joint Slaanesh and Khornite invasion, or taking on the Thousand Suns
Never
led by
really did
Ahriman.
much with
She's
Eldar,
been a busy
so
little bee. She can literally scream so loudly that if you're standing too close, your brain will liquefy. Janzar is the definition of someone that understands the job description. She is built for battle and dealing death, so that is what she does, all the fucking time. Even her origins are hectic. Being within the Elder Empire when Slaanesh was born, it was her that convinced Asaman not to kill himself, thus she is in part greatly responsible for the survival of the Craft Worlds. As without Asaman, there would be no Phoenix Lords, hence no Aspect Warriors,
So how
hence
about
the Elder
her
would be
versus
fucked. Janzar is so fast
what's
that
her
when
name
she
from
runs,
Dark
it sounds
Eldar in
more
a
like
fight?
rain than footsteps. She can throw her spinny blade thing so fast that even a Space Marine in combat stance can't react fast enough to stop it. She also doesn't take shit from anyone. When she was preparing to enter the arenas of Komara, a Dark Elder Gladiator champion was talking shit, calling her a Craftworld bitch. As soon as those words left his mouth, his head left his body as she threw her spinny death thing at his neck. Dude didn't even have time to flinch.
That is
She then
cool.
told
I
herself
like that
off for being
helmet.
impulsive
That
as
helmet
she
is
picked up his head
badass.
and threw it into the arena before her entrance to help rile up the crowd. While she might just sound like a bit of an automaton built for war, she does have her moments. She is very duty focused but also can't help but enjoy herself at times. For example, her fighting in the arenas of Komara was in order to help fulfill a mission that would save the Craft Worlds. But she still felt the thrill of excitement before entering, the roar of the crowd and the majesty of it all. All in all, a fantastic legend of the Elder who actually gets shit done, unlike most of her male Phoenix Lord counterparts. And finally, you knew it was fucking coming. Lotara Sarin. We've spoken about Lotara a fair bit on this channel and I'll fucking do it again. Lotara was awesome because she was realistic. She wasn't this paragon of war like Saint Celestine or Janzar, nor did she have the blank gifts of Bequin or the skill of Shadow Sun. What she was though was someone that didn't take shit and didn't neglect her duty. She also has a pretty tragic tale, showing that even the most strong-willed will eventually be taken by chaos if they follow that path. Lotara was captain of the Conqueror and was responsible for most of the World Eater Legion's discipline, since Angron was never going to enforce any. She was a brilliant captain, understanding void warfare like few ever could. She was the reason why Guilliman was unable to kill Lorga or Angron on the surface of Nysiria. Her blockade and unbreakable focus, even as her ship was being torn a new asshole, kept thousands of Ultramarines from deploying, thus allowing Lorga and Angron's legions to maintain the advantage on the surface. She also stopped any Ultramarine ship from bombarding the surface as well. Beyond her void warfare skills, her personality was fantastic. During a war against the Ultramarines, her ship was boarded. An elite World Eater force was assigned to protect her and her ship, however they neglected their duty and went to the surface of the planet instead to take part in the main battle. This resulted in her nearly dying, with thousands of crew being slaughtered as she awakened the Legion's dreadnoughts to protect her ship, with most of the dreadnoughts being destroyed as well. To punish this dereliction of duty, when the neglected World Eater returned, without hesitation she shot him in the head with a las gun. He had his helmet on so it didn't do much, but a mortal woman shooting a World Eater champion in the face is a pretty fucking ballsy move. When he then opened fire on her, she didn't feel regret or fear, only shock and rage that he would dare fire upon her on her own ship. Fortunately, she was so popular within the Legion that a World Eater librarian blocked the shots, and then others squared up to the neglectful World Eater champion and told him to fuck off. She then banished the champion to go to his room and think about what he did. Angron liked her immensely, as she was one of the only ones with the cojones to tell him how it was. Whenever he talks about the Conqueror being his ship, she would correct him and tell her it was hers. And how right she was, as eventually it absorbed her into it. I'm trying to find the words to describe just how tragic her fate was. Imagine you are Lotara. You fought hard and well. You were distinguished and have made it to the Siege of Terra. However, any World Eater you were friends with is either dead or insane. But that's okay. You are captain of the Conqueror. You hallucinate one of these friends. He is alive but insane. The hallucination was how he was when he wasn't crazy. He tells you not to look up at the command throne of the Conqueror. You do anyway, seeing a half-demon woman wearing your uniform, merging with the ship. You are not Lotara. You are a shard of her consciousness. You are not the captain of the Conqueror. No one remembers you. No one thinks about you anymore. You see your demon true form call out to Horus on the Vox and say, War Master, this is Lotara, captain of the Conqueror, awaiting orders. There is no reply. Horus doesn't give a fuck about you. You have a moment of lucidity as you realize this process has been repeated countless times. You realize the horror of the path you've chosen, then you are gone. Another fragment of consciousness evaporated. The process then repeats. If you enjoy the video and you want to support the channel, Patreon is the place to be, where we also have plenty of women in both Spexy cosplays as well as pinups for only $1. Hit the subscribe button and hit the real...
Okay, so there we go. There is the top 5 best female characters in Warhammer 40k. So yeah, didn't really know most of them. Obviously, Saint Celestine. Jin Zar was actually very interesting. I don't know a whole lot about, Eldar and stuff like that. Never really played him or anything. I just knew some of the craft worlds and some of the units and stuff like that, but I don't really know, their characters. But yeah, Jin Zar sounds pretty badass, not gonna lie. I would like to see a battle between her and, like I said in the video, Lilith, I think her name is, Hespax, from Dark Eldar, because I believe she is actually a very, very good, skilled fighter. So to see those two go at it, that would be very interesting to see, and who would win that battle. Then of course the last one, that one was very interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing a short video, like a mini series on her. I mean, so many options for the Amazon, the deal they have. I mean, there's so many things they could do. Even mini short stories and stuff like that would be very cool, because the last one, Latara, sounds pretty cool. This is my ship and stuff like that, and you go to your room, and yeah, I mean, that is just so cool. Saint Celestine, obviously, isn't she supposedly like the Imperium's, like, quote unquote, like, demon prince in a way? But yeah, hands down, just awesome. Shadow Sun, another pretty cool character, not gonna lie. Don't know much about Tau, didn't really play them at all. But yeah, pretty cool. She doesn't like relish in battle and stuff like that, and she could go toe to toe with White Scar's Blade Master, which is pretty impressive. And then the last one, what was it, Beckman? Pretty cool. Hopefully we get to see her in, if that Eisenhorn show is still happening, or what's going on with that. I don't know. It's been 3 years now since they announced that they're doing an Eisenhorn show, and still have no idea who's what, if that show's even still happening now that Warhammer Games Workshop and Amazon are partnered up. It's been quite a few years, and there's like no cast, so I don't know what's happening with that, but I think it'd be kind of cool to see her and stuff like that. It would kind of suck to play. I mean, as cool as it would be, that would kind of suck because you don't say anything. You got this character in this role, and you don't speak. So it'd be like, that'd be very interesting. But yeah, sounds like a very cool character. But yeah, unfortunately, Saint Celestine was the only one I knew. So all these other ones, Shadow Sun, I have heard the name, but that was pretty much it. And just in name only is the only thing. But, yeah, that's it. So I did So my one guess of St. Celestine being on the list was right. None of the other ones that I said in the beginning were on it, so I don't know. I guess not well written. They didn't do too much or anything like that. But yeah, is what it is, I guess. So let me know, what did you guys think? What do you think about this list here? Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Do you think other characters should be on this list? And if so, what characters should be on this list, and what that character should replace which character on the list, if that makes sense? Like, I think character A should be on this list and should replace Shadow Sun. You know what I mean? So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Anyways, on that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. That'd be awesome. Remember, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media. Links in the description box below. I'm trying to hurry this up because I feel a sneeze coming on. Come join me over on Discord. A link in the description box as well. We can talk more 40k and stuff like that. You can suggest videos for me to watch and things like that. And we can just, you know, shoot the shit on 40k, fantasy. I got other channels in there too. You know, TV and stuff like that. So come join me over there and we can talk more. So anyways, other than that, just stick around. More videos are on the way, and I will see you guys next time.